nominee. Or I didn't vote at all, but I did not want him to become the Republican nominee. He wasn't my first choice. So if that gives you any sort of idea of like I'm not some trumpet, you know.
Yeah, Dom. Okay. Going back to what you had said in my response. So you said the only reason you have to believe that Biden and Harris didn't do enough to prevent inflation was the fact that our inflation was high. Okay. And here's the thing, right? You are also unable to tell me what you think they should have done to prevent it to a higher degree. You said I don't know. So what this tells me is that regardless of what the rate of inflation was, and regardless of what Biden and Harris did, if we had a high rate of inflation, you would hold to the position that they didn't do enough. And that is a false line of logic. The inflation that we experienced at the beginning of the Biden-Harris administration had to happen to prevent a recession. All countries, right, with good leaders that care about the state of their economies, pump their economies with trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars after the pandemic because consumer confidence was at an all-time low, consumer debt was at an all-time high, people weren't spending their money, we had slowed growth in the GDP, and every country on earth, if they wanted to prevent a recession, they had to invest back into their consumers by literally giving them money to spend, okay? Trump did it with $1.9 trillion. Biden and Harris did it. Sorry, Trump did it with $2.4 trillion. Biden and Harris did it with $1.9 trillion. And every other leadership in every other country on earth did it in their respective economies as well, right? Inflation was not local to America. It was global. So when you say that they didn't do enough to prevent that high rate of inflation, it had to happen in every country. And it was caused by the pandemic. And Dom's internet connection's just gone, so we're just going to kick him and move on. For the 5.7 thousand people hanging out with us in here today, guys, make sure to you're double tapping on that phone screen. Everybody right now start hyper fixating on those double taps. Start hyper fixating on sharing out this stream, all right? Let's try to get the engagement up, so hopefully we can get back to a point where we were before, like the two bans. I know that it really sucks. What's going on? How old are you?
Hi! Hi! We love you. We love you.
Appreciate you for the love, Sadie. Very kind. We are just looking for debates, though. I was kind of scared there for a minute. All right, we're going to move on to our next guest, guys. Keep in mind, just looking for debates. If you're MAGA, say so in chat and we'll bring you up here. And if you want to support the stream, the Venmo and the PayPal are linked in the link tree in the bio. Moving on to the next guest here. What's going on? How old are you? Jesse, you're on the live, man. How old are you? Hello?
Hello, D, do you hear me?
Hi, Jesse.
Yes,
what time is it?
It's what time are you in?
Not in America. Jake, how old are you?
I have a question for you, Dean.
Fetus. Spam MAGA in the chat. We're going to get you up here. Right? Keep in mind there's a couple of ground rules to be in the live. You got to be at least 18. You got to have voted for Trump, meaning that you got to be in America. What's up, Evan?
What up?
How old are you?
18.
Perfect. Did you vote for Trump?
No, I didn't. I wasn't old enough to register.
Cool. What's up, Max? Did you vote for Trump?
Nah, you want to play Fortnite?
No.
Bro!
Just continue to spam MAGA in that chat. We're going to get our next debate, guys. Please, 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 please. If you are, right, spamming MAGA in the chat, make sure that you are at least 18 years old. Make sure that you voted for Trump. Super duper simple.
Yo.
What's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
18. What time is it?
What time is it? It's currently 20 to 5.
Okay. What state are you in?
I'm in Massachusetts.
It's Massachusetts is not Central. Massachusetts is EST. Moving on to our next guest, Jess. We got Jess loading up in, you guys. Everybody, do just kind of give us a minute to get our next guest up in here. I do apologize that this is taking so extraordinarily wrong. It's just, a lot of people kind of disregarding the rules. Super duper typical for Trump supporters. They don't know boundaries. We are going to get our next guest up in here right now, guys. Continue to spam MAGA down below in that chat, you guys. Continue to spam MAGA down below in that chat. If you voted for Trump and you want to come up here and have a debate. Perfect. We got Jessica loading in. We got Scuber loading in. Hopefully we should have our next debate super duper soon. Just call you Scabber. What's up? How old are you?
27.
Are you driving?
No.
You are. Don't lie. Jessica, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Hell yeah, dude.
Troll, fuck off. Like, literally fuck off. Literally fuck off. I'm locked in. I'm looking for debate. Stop annoying me. Guys, unreal. Moving on to our next guest, y'all. We got Jason Smith loading up into the box. What's up? How old are you?
20.
Awesome. Did you vote for Trump?
No, I did not. I wasn't able to register, but
All right, we got MF loading up into the box, y'all. Everybody just give us a minute. What's up, MF? Did you vote for Trump?
I'm back. Can we please play Fortnite?
Fuck off.
Pretty please.
All right, our next guest, Eric, is loading up into the box. It's like we're just opening up a bunch of presents, and they're just all fucking coal. What's up, Eric? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I voted for Trump
Perfect. Why is that?
because he's the best choice for our nation and the world, for that matter.
Okay, I actually consider him to be the worst pick for the presidency in modern American history due to his character and policy. Why do you think he's the best pick?
Well, for one, he believes in God.
So does Kamala Harris. She's a Baptist, but I'd actually say she's a better Christian than Trump. Because unlike Trump, she doesn't grape someone. Unlike Trump, she's not a convicted felon. And unlike Trump, she actually upholds Christian ideals, such as providing to those that are more needy for yourself. Not to mention John 10, Jesus says that a rich man is just as likely to get into the kingdom of heaven as a camel is to pass through the eye of a needle.
You know, nothing that, none of that was proven as far as, you know, the graping or any of that stuff. None of that was proven.
Yeah, but yes, it was proven, yes. It was proven by a court twice.
The fact that, I mean, I probably shouldn't even be on here anymore. I'm just kind of, I can't believe that you're still on here trying to devalue the man that's going to help fix not only America, but probably help the entire world become a better place.
Okay, I want to talk about what you know. I don't want to talk about things that you don't know about. We could just move past the fact that he's a rapist because I want to see what you know. Obviously, you don't know anything about that. So, what is he going to do for America? What's your favorite Trump policy?
What he's going to do for America with all the tariffs, that's going to be great for America.
How so?
Well, if you charge extra for stuff to come over, especially for China, it's going to probably put a damper on the economy at first. Then it's going to force us to manufacture more here. It's going to make it more affordable for us to manufacture stuff here in the long run. And there's going to be more jobs here, less stuff imported. And when it is, they're going to, obviously all the tariffs end up coming back on the American people, you know, because they'll just raise their prices. You know, that's just.
I have an idea. So you're saying that tariffs hurt the economy, but will force more manufacturing in America, which in the long term will create American manufacturing to be more affordable. So I have a question. I want to pause that idea, and I want to see if you agree with me. So if we force more people to manufacture in America, will it be more affordable in the long term because it will force better infrastructure to be built for manufacturing?
Yes, it'll be better in the long run because our economy is going to grow, so there's going to be more jobs.
So in other words, what you really want is for better manufacturing infrastructure to be built in America. And here's the thing. What if we were just to invest raw capital into manufacturing infrastructure to reduce the price of U.S. manufacturing in the long term compared to forcing that through tariffs, which have negative effects for the consumers and American producers that are predominantly reliant on exports?
When you say invest in reducing the cost here, what was that last comment you said?
Raina, thank you for the $10 on Venmo saying that I'm amazing. I really appreciate you for your kindness, and that is REANNA. Please show some love to Raina in the chat. That is so incredibly kind of you. Thank you for the $10. So we could literally take money from our federal government, give it to American producers, and they produce more. That is literally what we can do. That's what we have done, and that's what we should do instead of
that's not the way it needs to go, because the money from the federal government just comes out of my pocket, and I'm assuming you pay taxes in your pocket.
Literally, name a better place for it to go. There's literally not a single place where government spending could go that's better. It's like, you don't support literally reinvesting into American manufacturers so they can make more and hire more people to boost our own GDP, but you would rather give billionaires tax cuts so they could buy more stocks in their own companies. Like the point
is like to hear yourself talk.
Okay, Eric, you definitely don't like to hear me talk because you can't stand being wrong, so you refuse to listen. Meaning I have to repeat what I say 4 or 5 times.
I'm not wrong at all. I mean, I might not all know all the policies the way you do and all that stuff. Between just common sense. I'm more of a common sense guy than just listening to all the bullshit that the media and everybody tells you.
You think it's bullshit because you disagree with it, not because it's incorrect.
I disagree with it because I'm right.
Oh, really?
Right.
If you were right, then please explain to me why we could get the same consequences of tariffs, that being a reindustrialization of America through the raw investment into American manufacturers that won't create the same negative byproducts of higher levels of inflation for the consumers and a reduction in exports for... Okay, go ahead and interrupt me. You don't give a shit about what I have to say. Of course you don't.
Because you're just a little punk kid.
So then why the hell are you here? Oh, someone's getting mad because the little punk kid outclasses them in every conceivable sense.
No, you, Harry, and Parker are all going to be obsolete in about a year and a half when the economy starts turning around and everything's proven right.
Or like what?
Like everything, like inflation, the cost of homes are going to level out.
Really? What's Trump's plan for housing affordability in America?
The interest rates are going to go down. Well, it's just in the pudding, man. And when it's just going to.
Oh wow! So this is the cope. So it's like you literally cannot like address and respond and like come to terms with the fact that Donald Trump does not have a plan for housing affordability, and Kamala Harris did, and if anything, is going to increase the price of homes. So instead, you're just like, oh, in a year and a half, they're going to cost less money, even though he has no plan. No. It's more likely than not to increase them.
Right now, we're in a bubble. We're in a bubble that was created by the homemade COVID. You know, from
homemade COVID. Wait, COVID happened under Trump's administration.
I'll get cut off here again. I get cut off every time I get on here. As soon as I start telling the truth about what's happened with stuff, I get cut out of here, and I'm suspended for a week. But
yeah, it's because it's misinformation.
No, it's not misinformation.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
What you say is misinformation.
Wait, okay, if misinformation is 90% of things that I say, name 10 things that I believe that I preach on this live that are obviously wrong.
Okay, obviously wrong. Joe Biden was good for us. Kamala Harris is good for us. Barack Obama was good for us. Fauci was good for us. Nancy Pelosi is not crooked. I mean, all these.
So now we're going to go ahead and go from the top. So you said Biden's good for us. Harris is good for us. Pelosi's good, not crooked. Fauci's good for us, and Obama's good for us. The two things that you listed that I actually vehemently talk about on my platform are going to be Biden and Harris. I rarely ever talk about Barack Obama, never talked about Fauci, and just kind of leave Pelosi alone, okay? Because we focus on the presidential elections here. So the first claim that Biden's good for us was absolutely true, and the second claim that Kamala Harris would have been good for us is also absolutely true. But you are calling these things obvious misinformation. So I want you to name one piece of legislation that Biden's influenced through Congress in the last 4 years that was bad for America, and name one piece of proposed policy from Kamala Harris that would have been bad for America. That's how you prove that those statements are obviously false. Okay, Eric, I'm going to go ahead and teach you how to unmute your mic. But first, I think you need to realize that you got it. Wow. So do you remember what I
teach me anything? Look, I've been doing stuff longer than you've been, but we don't need to go there. Okay.
Shut up. Aaron, thank you for the $3 on Venmo, saying that Eric is using a lot of feelings to back up his claims. Real Aaron, W's for Aaron. Go ahead.
Well, you're funny, dude. So anyway.
So you're going to answer the question?
I didn't even hear the last question you said. You just babbled too much.
So you said the statement, Biden's good for us, is obviously misinformation. Prove it by naming one bad policy he passed through Congress and signed into law.
I don't know all the policies. That's what I'm saying. I don't know all this.
Okay, he was removed for violating community guidelines. Not going to lie, TikTok, bad ban. What did he say that was crazy? Maybe I just have a short-term memory loss and he actually did say some crazy shit and that was well-deserved. But like, from what I can account from that conversation, what the hell did he say to deserve that ban? We're going to move on to our next guest. What's up? Wow, did you vote for Trump? Hey, I really want to talk to you. Please. Frosty, hello? Yeah. Damn, I was really hoping that Frosty was here. We're going to move on to our next guest, you guys. If you're in the queue, make sure that you vote for Trump. Drop a MAGA in that chat if you want to come up and debate. Want to support me, my Venmo, the PayPal, they're in the link tree in my bio. Just click through my account. 100% of those proceeds go to me. It greatly supports the stream. Mary, what's up? You vote for Trump?
So I definitely agree with you that a lot of what you're saying between the two people.
Did you vote for Trump?
Actually, I don't agree with this. That it says it's not about being right and wrong. Genuinely, these are all kind of opinions. Yes, you may think that Biden may be good for America, but some people think that Trump will be good for America. You know?
Mary, are opinions true or false?
They are. An opinion doesn't have to be true or false. It is facts are true or false.
No, something's a fact if it's an opinion that's true. Neely,
Well,
thank you for the
some are
dollar on
facts, I
Venmo.
agree. But also, you are personally attacking these people as well, which I find rude. If you could just, you're also talking over people when they start like saying something. Oh, no, that's wrong. But also, just because
Mary, are you,
Biden,
so here's the
Biden wasn't a good
thing.
person. Biden wasn't a good person.
One sec. Here's the thing. So, are you just like absolutely rejecting intellectualism? Because like as soon as like you reject the idea that opinions can be true or false, and we should try to support our opinions with evidence, and if you have an opinion that's not supported by evidence, and there's internal contradictions given the principle with other beliefs that you
No, I
hold,
agree. No, I definitely agree with that. I definitely
and
agree
that's the
with
point of the live is to
opinions should be
discuss
supported
the
by
logical
evidence.
underpinnings, right,
I
for what
definitely
we
agree that
believe in.
opinions should be supported by fact or by information or factual things. I definitely agree with that.
And that's
but,
the point of the live.
Okay, yes, but
so then what's your problem?
No, your point of life is Trump will be terrible for America. That's what it
and
says.
And the headline, Trump will be terrible for America, opens a conversation insofar as why individuals find Trump to be either a good pick for the presidency of our country, reliant on its character and policy, or why he was a better pick than Kamala Harris, to open a line of dialogue on how that's not the case and that can be disproven. So what's like the contention with Alive? What's the critique?
Well, okay. Anyways, you asked. Oh, the only reason I requested join because I was curious why you asked what Biden signed and passed into Congress that made him a terrible person. But it's for America. Sorry, but it's not just about what he signed and passed into Congress. It's everything else he did. It's not just about what he passed to affect the people. It's other things he did to affect the people. He didn't just pass things to affect America. He did many things other than passing laws to affect America.
So do you think that Biden was a bad president?
Somewhat. I think they're all terrible. They all suck. They all suck equally. They're all liars. They're all.
Did you vote for Trump?
I didn't vote.
Also, for you to say that Trump and Biden suck equally is crazy. The grapist
I'm not saying it's equal. I'm just saying they both suck.
You actually.
They all have. They all
Mary,
do. Everyone.
Mary, you literally said that they suck equally.
Okay. Okay.
So did you not mean that?
No, sure they do. They suck equally.
Who sucks more, Biden or Trump?
It's not about. Okay, did I not just say equally? It doesn't mean more. Equally means equal.
So you do think that they sucked as much. So yeah, saying that the 34 count felon adjudicated rapist that wanted to religiously persecute and ban all new Muslims from coming into our country, that hit on a 10-year-old girl, that boasted about walking to their changing rooms while they were changing,
Alright,
while
also
saying that he likes to
rapes
grab women
many women, but no one talks about it.
Who?
The media doesn't talk about it. Women have. Biden
Who
has.
did it?
I don't know. I genuinely do not know who, but I know he has.
How do you know he's raped a woman?
Women have come out about it and talked about it, and the media was like, no.
When and who?
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
Okay, give me any information to support your.
Did I not just say I don't know who?
Okay, so how the hell do you expect me to take it when you say Biden's also a rapist, but you can't give me any supporting information?
Okay, valid. But what did Trump specifically sign into? If you're gonna ask what Biden signed into Congress that was so terrible, what specifically did Trump sign into Congress that was so terrible?
Sure, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. It spent $1.9 trillion disproportionately on those, making over $500,000 a year while benefiting members of the low and
Slow down just slightly.
Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. It was really costly, mostly helped rich people, didn't grow GDP by that much, and didn't increase business investment, so trickle-down economics failed once again. He also told the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade, which has led to 60 rape victims a day being denied access to abortion.
I don't think abortion should be it's already been left up to the states. It's not up to the president anymore. It's still up to the states. So the president has no.
When you say the president, what you mean is the federal government. And yes, the federal government can pass legislation on abortion.
Wait, can you elaborate on that? Sorry,
sure.
I'm trying to hear you out.
Our federal government can pass federal law to either protect a woman's access to abortion or make it illegal, as the Dobbs decision ruled that it should be left up to the people and their representatives at either a state or federal level.
But that's if you take it up there, right? If you take it up to that level.
So Congress needs to pass legislation in order for Congress to pass legislation.
Yes, but it's up to the states now. It has been up to the states.
It's actually up to the states or the federal government. Federal law supersedes state law, but our federal government hasn't passed any law.
Okay, then I was mistaken on that.
Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and move on. Rose, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Hey, Chris, Mr. Mallory, appreciate you for the raid, man. Very kind, very kind. Appreciate you for the raid, man. Show some love to Chris in that comment section while we're getting our next guest up here. Very kind, Mr. Chris, very kind. Katie, thank you for the $2 on Venmo. I appreciate that.
Yo, what's up, dude?
What's going on? You come up on my live and you slur. You're not gonna give the. You're not gonna get given the opportunity. Sucks for you that I'm good at remembering voices. Chris is moving to Chicago. Wow, from Atlanta to Chicago. That's huge. What's up? How old are you?
Yo, I'm 18. I'm British, but I study politics. Just hear me out. All right, hear me out for 2 points.
Moving on. Gotta voted for Trump being America. All right. Jasper, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay, it says 08 in your bio. Boots, how old are you?
Hi, I'm 18.
Perfect. What year were you born in?
The U.S.
Okay. Why do you vote for Trump? This will be an interesting conversation. I could already tell.
Well, no, I didn't vote for Trump. I disagree with both parties in this case, because on one side, Kamala was kind of running the country behind Joe. But if you look at the other side, Trump was just...
All right, moving on to our next guest here. You guys spam mag in the chat if you voted for Trump. What's up? Did he vote for Trump?
Oh my God, hello?
Did he vote for Trump?
Okay, I'm just gonna go now.
All right, moving on to our next guest. Everybody, do you just kind of give us a minute to get him going? Y'all, I do apologize for people not following the rules. However, that's typical, so we just kind of deal with it. What's up? Did you vote for Trump?
I did. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. What time is it?
It's 4:57 right now.
What state are you?
Missouri.
Missouri. Is Missouri CST, y'all? B, did you vote for Trump? Okay, B's not even here. B's not even here. So, Dorselius, why did you vote for Trump? Okay, Dorselius left. Moving on to our next guest. I do apologize that this has taken forever. This happens time to time. What's up? How old are you? Okay. All right, guys. Spam mag in that chat if you're already in the queue. Do you want to come up and debate, y'all? Spam mag in that chat if you're already in the queue and you do want to come up and debate. My blood, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you? Okay, well, they're on pause. Bing, did you vote for Trump?
Hi. Can you hear me?
How old are you?
I'm 19, born in
Did you
2005.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Perfect. Check your internet connection, though. Ross, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Hi, Dean. Yes, I did.
Awesome.
27 from Iowa.
Perfect. So we have 3 Trump supporters on the live right now, ladies and gentlemen. I want all 3 of you to try to give me an argument why Trump was a better pick for the presidency of America compared to Harris.
Okay. Hello. Okay. Well, I wanted to vote for RFK because I really like what he is doing, or what he wants for our health. Trump really wasn't my first pick, and my family is very liberal. And I also want to say that I really do respect you, and I've seen your videos, and I really do like you.
So why is Trump the better pick for the presidency compared to Harris? And Devin, thank you for the $1 on Venmo.
So the first thing is with RFK, that's really why I wanted him in office. And then also I'm an Asian American, and I think that the diversity and equity and inclusion hurts Asian people.
What about DEI hurts Asian individuals?
So it's harder for us to get into colleges because there's a lot of Asians that get into those colleges, and they're making it harder for Asians to get into colleges because
what school's making it
I
harder
guess
for
there's
Asian
too many.
individuals to get into colleges?
Ivy League schools, and specifically
Harvard, for instance. Can you demonstrate to me how Harvard, right, grants Asian individuals less of an opportunity to get in compared to others?
Well, it's harder for them because there's so many. Like, and for example, I know that my friend's dad, like, he works at HP, and there was Asian individuals who were qualified for the job and were really good for the job, but they hired someone else purely on the basis of their race.
How do you
And
know
I
that?
feel like that's wrong.
How do you know that?
I had a conversation with him.
With the person that got hired? So, like...
With the person that hired him.
So the hiring manager.
Mm-hmm.
And the hiring manager told you that they were racially discriminating against your Asian friend?
Yes, in a way. That it was required for them to hire this other person because of their race. That they had to hire the other person because solely based on their race.
What company is this? HP? Could you give me like HP's like code of conduct insofar as their policy that would require them to hire a black person because they're black? Like obviously, like instrumentally, DEI can serve a great purpose, right? And like giving representation to those that have been underrepresented. And I do not find that to be unfair. But you were literally making the argument that it would have been against company policy to not hire that person because of their race, which is not DEI. So I would love for you to explain or show me like where in their company policy it required them to hire a black person because of their race, and it would have been against company policy to reject them because of reject them.
So I'm not not an employee at HP, and I don't have that much knowledge on their policies. But
So
I just want to ask you. Well, I want to ask you if that's okay. First of all, is DEI part of the plan for Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, sorry.
I can you name a single policy of hers that would like require companies to like institute what you perceive as DEI to like a certain level? Like I don't think I can.
So, but it's part of the DEI has been mentioned by Trump as he doesn't want like certain aspects of it. Like I think everyone should have equal
DEI.
He is?
Yeah, Trump is DEI. Absolutely. He's like a DEI president. You know, like for instance, the Electoral College as a whole is DEI. It literally underrepresents the vote of individuals in larger states such as California and New York, while giving more of a power to the vote in like an individual that's a constituent of a smaller state like Idaho or Kentucky, proportionately speaking, due to the Electoral College. And if you think all votes should matter the same and we should be in a direct democracy outside of the Electoral College that disproportionately values the votes of individuals from smaller states more than larger states, do you think that Hillary Clinton should have won 2016?
I actually was a fan of Hillary, but I mean, I wasn't even old enough to vote, so let me...
Well, should she have won 2016?
Based on the popular vote?
Yeah, should we get rid of and eliminate the Electoral College?
I think we should give the individuals power to decide who is going to be the president rather than their electives, like elected officials.
Well, now we even take it one step further. In the Senate, right, every state has 2 senators, meaning that larger states have the same amount of representation as smaller states. Even though there's more people living in larger states that require more representation, proportionally speaking, than those living in smaller states. Should we get rid of or abolish the Senate because that is also DEI, including the smaller states more on the basis that they're smaller states?
Well, I'm talking about the basis of race.
So then you make the argument that DEI is only bad when it's on the basis of race, which makes no sense.
How is that not making sense? Because I feel like it gives...
Thank you for the $5 on Venmo.
I feel like it ignores the fact that everyone should have equal opportunity no matter what. But with that, I don't think it should be giving anyone advantages.
Okay, so
like unfair advantages.
So that's the thing, though. Like all advantages that are given on the basis of DEI are like inherently fair. Like for instance, if you, me, and like 10 other people were all playing a game of Monopoly, and we all started with $100, but I started with $50, would it be fair for the banker to give me $50 later in the game?
No.
So if we all start with $100 and I start with $50, it's not fair for the banker to give me an additional $50 so I could catch up to you with $100? Really? That's not fair?
I don't think
that
that-
is fairness.
I think everyone should start with $100 at the very baseline. Like I think
Right,
that
me too. But if
we
like
should have
one person
equality,
happened
but
to be, but if one person happened to be disparaged and only start with 50, and everyone else started with 100, wouldn't the fair thing to do be to also give the individual an additional $50?
no.
Okay.
Because
Why?
okay, so let me give you some like context.
Answer my question. Why would that not be fair?
Well, it's not fair in the first place. Like equal opportunity is everyone starting out at 0.
But equal
if you don't
opportunity
have,
isn't everybody but me starting out at 100 and I start at 50, right? That's not
but
equal.
explain to me how everyone isn't starting at 0.
Because
like
it's a game
obviously
of
some people are
Monopoly,
born
and
into
when
some people are born into
and when you play Monopoly, you get money from the bank when you start the game. That's just the rules of the game.
Yes, but applying this in real life, like some people are born from richer families. Some people
I'm just
are born
talking about Monopoly, man. Let's talk about Monopoly. Everyone
Okay.
starts with $100 but me, and I start with 50. Would the fair thing to do be for the banker to give me another $50?
Why did you start the game with $50 and not $100?
Maybe we'll assume that this particular player that started with 50 compared to 100 had like generations of family members that played Monopoly before them that legally were not allowed to own wealth or buy property. So you ended up with $50. Meanwhile, everybody else that didn't suffer from the same legal inequality started with 100.
Okay, so let me give you my personal like take on this. My dad, he came from China. Like he grew up in an actual dirt hut. And when he came to
Amy, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Wait, I misclicked. Sorry.
No worries. I'm sorry. I just kicked that guess. I do for that guess. I do appreciate you for being kind, but like you couldn't really track an argument. I don't mean to be mean or anything. What's up, Levin? How old are you?
Hello.
How old are you?
18, bro.
I don't believe you. Moving on to our next guest. What's up, Ross? You're back. Did you voted for Trump? Why did you vote for Trump?
I voted for him because I voted like in line with identity politics, so to speak.
Are you driving?
No, I'm not driving.
Okay, I could hear the car. Is someone else driving?
Yeah, I'm in the car with my mom.
Could you say hi real quick?
I'm sorry, Dean, you got me. I'm sorry, bro. I'll drop off. I'm sorry.
Okay. What's up? Did you vote for Trump? All right. We're gonna get Peyton up here because this person is unresponding. All right, you guys. I do apologize for the slow day. This is a little bit of a rough little period here. Just try to find a guest to debate. I do know how much this sucks as a viewer. Okay, they're just playing music. Finn, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, sir, I did.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Cool. What year are you born in, man?
2006.
So why did you vote for Trump?
I just think that his border policies were better than Kamal's.
Great. I got a crazy question for you, man, and it's okay. It's gonna be a hard one. I understand if you can't answer. What is his border policy? Be specific.
Well, for starters, let me just take a minute to revert back to Biden auctioning off
I
raw
want you to
material.
tell me very specifically what Trump's border policy is, and then you could talk about auctioning off all material.
Okay. Well, I like how he wants people to come in legally, straight up.
That's not. I'm asking you about policy. Saying I want people to come in legally is a statement. Tell me what policy he's going to implement for the border that will be good.
Tightening immigration laws. Like, what do you mean? Like to reduce?
What do you mean? Tightening immigration laws is another statement.
He
What
has
policies are you going to use to
policies.
tighten immigration laws?
These travel bans. Like you can't come in from certain countries without, like, he has strong national security.
Okay, so what policies is he proposing to say that people from these countries can't come in? What countries? Chances are he's going to leave. Because chances are he's going to leave because he can't answer the question. John, what's going on? How old are you?
I'm right here.
Okay. So what travel bans is he intending to implement?
I'm talking about entry from certain countries in the Middle East
Matt, thank you so much for
advancing
the
that.
subscription. He did that first term, and that wasn't good. It was racist. So you said
So that's not true. But can we revert back to the
it
auction?
absolutely was true. So if
Why
you're
is Biden
curious,
trying to sell wall materials?
why do you want to pivot?
Why are the Democrats trying to let illegal immigrants into our country? That is facts on the internet.
Okay, I hate to do this to you. I was going to not allow you to pivot and keep on track with your first statement because I like to drill dumb people down. But I will now allow the pivot and drill you down on this instead. How did Biden auction off wall material?
Okay, so when Trump lost the election of Joe Biden, not all of the wall was built. Correct? We can agree on that. Let's have a formal debate here.
How did Biden auction off wall material?
Well, no, I'm trying to slowly walk us both through this argument. So Trump didn't finish the wall. The wall was still being built. He had a certain amount of miles completed. And then Joe Biden it went to Congress on what to do with the rest of the wall materials that were prepared for Trump's second term. And they sold it, right? 60% of that, right, went to Texas, and I don't know, they did whatever with it. And then 40% went to GovPlanet. And there are articles you can find online of them getting drilled by Daily Mail, Daily Wire, stuff like that, because they were auctioning off wall materials, and that's a Democratic owned thing. It's military. So I don't know how you're gonna deny that. But yeah.
Hate to do it to you, man.
So
the bill that authorized the disposal/selling of the southern wall was what? It was called the Annual National Defense Authorization Act of 2023. And guess what? Who wrote in the part about the disposal/selling of the wall? Fucking Republicans. Thank you. Thank you. Republicans.
So that's actually incorrect. Again,
no,
you're just
no. I'll give you my source. So you could actually look this up on Texas Tribune. Just type in why were border wall materials put up for auction. Here's all that you should know. It'll tell you exactly what I told you, as well as it will reference particular sources from Congress.gov. You could read the bill and you could see who added what.
Why didn't you address the GovPlanet selling wall materials in an auction?
I don't even know anything about GovPlanet. The point is that Republicans.
You can look that up. That's where 40% of the wall materials went from Congress. That's where they literally.
Yeah, because Republicans put it in the bill in Congress.
No,
yes.
That's incorrect. But I'll research it. What's your source? I'll research it.
I already gave it to you. Just look up Texas Tribune. Why were border wall materials put up for auction? Here's all that you should know. It'll talk about Texas lawmakers, including Governor Dan Patrick, alongside other particular Republican lawmakers in the House and the Senate.
What are your thoughts on abortion?
Okay. Holy shit, Finn. You gotta stop. You gotta slow down. You gotta stop.
It's too much for you? You can't handle it?
No, my thoughts on abortion is that it's completely and totally morally permissible. There's absolutely no reason why we should value life.
Well, I mean, that's
a single congruent argument.
The problem.
Stop talking and interrupt me. Stop it. Do you have a fucking problem, bro? Can you slow down?
I'm slow. I'm calm. You look angry. I'm ready to debate you on abortion. Let's go.
No, you come up here. You tell me that Trump.
Another policy that I like.
5, 4. You come up here and you tell me that Trump had good immigration policy. I ask you to name his Trump immigration policy. You can't name his immigration policy. Then you want to pivot to the fact that Biden tried to sell off some of the border wall. I inform you on exactly what bill Congress passed that authorized the selling of some of the border wall. I inform you that Republicans wrote it in the bill. I even give you the source where you could read it for yourself. You ignore and you pivot to abortion. I start describing to you my stance on abortion insofar as why I'm pro-choice, and I don't think that abortion is morally wrong, and then you interrupt me halfway through. Seriously. So far in our conversation, you've been unable to respond to what I've said 3 times, and you've interrupted me around every corner. That's why I'm telling you to stop, and that's why I'm telling you to slow down. Before you continue, I got a couple people to thank. Montavia, thank you so much for the $30 on Venmo. I really appreciate you for the love, Montavia. That is Montavia. Show some love to Montavia in that chat. Jay, thank you for the galaxy. Montavia says, just because you rock and don't have to educate these dumb people. I appreciate you for the love, Montavia. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart. As well as Connor, thank you for the $2 calling me a piece of shit. Connor, thank you for the $2. I'm actually literally going to donate that $2 to Planned Parenthood. And then Gerard, thank you for the $10 on Venmo, saying that pivot was crazy. Dead ass. Thank you for the $10, Gerard. All right, Mr. Finn. Give me every single reason that you think abortion is wrong.
Okay, so I'm a strong supporter of the right to life, above all else. And I have a great example that we can both think about in terms of other rights. So what do you think is, just wondering, what is your most important right? The right to what? like self-determination.
Iron, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. I do really appreciate you for the love, saying to drill him on one point and don't let him pivot. Hopefully we'll drill him on abortion. What I think the most important right is, don't know. So you think that abortion's wrong because you think the fetus has the right to life. What do you think gives the fetus the right to life?
At the moment of conception.
What do you think gives the fetus the right to life?
What do you mean? What gives the fetus the right to life? A fetus
Do you
is
not
a
understand the question?
Yeah, it's a living organism, and I believe that is because it is living at the moment of conception. I've said that 5 times.
Okay, so you granted the right to life, and you think it's wrong to terminate its life because it's a living organism.
Oh,
What else is a living
absolutely,
organism?
absolutely.
A
It
cow
is.
and a chicken and a pig. Do you think that cows,
Well-
chicken, and the pig should have the same legal protections that you think a fetus should?
Wait, where is your line to life? What's your line?
I'm not going to let you pivot. Answer my question.
You didn't. I didn't even hear your question. You're speaking too fast. You got to make clear.
I'm not speaking fast. You're listening slow, but I'll slow it down out of courtesy. So once again, you said that the fetus has the right to life as it's a living organism. Bacteria are living organisms. Every time you brush your teeth, you kill 400 trillion. Are you mass murderer? Are you worse than Hitler?
Are you really comparing a fucking fetus to a pig?
You said that. First of all, I didn't say pig. I said
That's
bacteria.
insane.
And second of all,
It's going to be a
absolutely, as they
human
fall
in
under the
5
same
years.
umbrella
It's going
term.
to be a full-grown human in 5 years, and you're just like, oh, it's the same thing as a pig. That shows how deranged you are. You're
Okay,
insane.
first of all, I'm sorry for following.
Come on, man. That's low even for you, buddy. That's
I'm
low
sorry
even for
that
you, buddy.
I'm sorry that I'm following your logical implications. I asked you a very clear and precise question on what grants the fetus.
It's going to be
the right
walking in
Finn,
5 years.
Stop it. I asked you a very clear and concise question. I asked you what grants the fetus the right to life, and you said because it's a living organism. The logical implication of your statement is that all living organisms deserve the right to life. You didn't specify human. Second of all, you said it was going to be a full-grown human in 5 years. You think that 5-year-olds are fully grown humans, Finn?
No. So what I guess you kind of can nitpick the specificity of my argument about me saying living organism. But what I meant to say is that it's going to be a human, and it is born. It is a human in my eyes at the moment of conception. It is an embryo, and it's going to be a human in not long.
Okay, Connor, you just gave me a contradiction. You said it's going to be a human in the future, but it's a human right now.
What the hell? Connor?
Sorry, you sound like a Connor. Finn, you gave me a contradiction in your statement.
Your brother's name Connor? Is that why you're bringing Connor up? Is that something? Because you're having issues with your brother?
No, my brother's
he's
not
a
named
conservative.
Connor.
He kicked you out of his house.
No, my
Is that what's
brother's
going on?
my brother's name is not Connor. Anyways,
Oh.
back to what
Well,
I was saying.
just making that connection because of the struggles that you're having with your brother. But continue on. Let's go.
Weird. Anyways, back to what I was
Weird.
saying. So you
Yeah.
said that a fetus will be a human in the
Weird.
future. Okay, what do you have to
You
say?
didn't
That's
answer
so
a single
important to interrupt
question
me.
that I've had. Isn't that funny? You just battered me with questions. But can I ask you a question and see if you can hang? And I will literally agree with you on every single thing you say if you can answer one of my questions.
Finn, the reason why I'm not going to allow you to answer me a question at this time is because every single time I've tried to drill you down on something that you believe in, you've pivoted away. You did it with the selling off of the border wall. You did it with Trump's immigration policy. And now you're doing it again with abortion. Addie, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Truth shouldn't be afraid of scrutiny. And you're obviously scared as shitting your pants because I'm questioning what you believe in. And so far, you haven't come up with much, so I understand why you're scared. You first of all told me that a human's going to be fully grown in 5 years. Kenna, thank you for the $2 on Venmo. Second, you told me, Marnie, thank you for the galaxy. And then now you're telling me that a fetus is valuable because it's going to be a human in the future, but you believe that it's a human at conception? What is this nonsense? This is like me saying that I'm going to be wearing, I will be wearing my red shoes in the future, making the implication that I'm not wearing my red shoes right now, while also stating that I am wearing my red shoes right now. So is it a human from the moment of conception, or will it be a human in the future? Finn, don't leave.
Thank you. I didn't know what happened there with the mic being muted. Is that you muting it or is that me muting
Right, thank
it?
you for the mic again. I muted you. So let me once again clarify. Is it a human at the moment of conception, or is it not a human at the moment of conception?
Life begins at conception from a biological standpoint. Okay, that's when it has its unique set of DNA. Boom. There
Perfection.
you go.
So the reason you think that a fetus should be granted the right to life is because it's human and alive, correct?
You just went back to living organism. I said it begins at conception.
I'm so confused on what's going on. I will ask you
Life
the question
begins
for a
at
second.
conception. Unique set of DNA. There we
Okay,
go.
you're right. So my question is, you give the fetus the right to life at the moment of conception because
Thank you.
it is human and alive. Those are the two morally relevant traits, right?
I don't like the term alive because, as you said, like moths can be alive, like living organisms can be alive. It's more
Dude,
because
it's a conjunction of the traits. It's a human life.
yes, it's a human zygote. Exactly. There you go.
A human life is something that's human and alive.
Yes, yes. Continue on. It
So,
begins.
in other words, you value the life of the fetus because it's human and alive, right?
I value the life of a human because it is. I value the life of the fetus at the point of conception
Because
it
it's
is
human and alive. Yes or no?
Why are you so angry? Relax. We're having
Because
a nice
you're giving me
debate.
a hard time. Answer my question. Do you value the life of a fetus because it's
You're
human
giving
and
me a hard
alive? Yes or
time.
no?
Because it is at the conception is my line of life. What do you
Dude,
think about that?
yes or no? Do you value it because it's human and alive?
You know what conception is at the
Of
moment
course
of
I know what
conception?
conception is. Do you value
Okay,
it at the
so-
moment of conception because it's human and alive, or do you value it for some other reason? You don't answer, I kick
For
you.
another reason. For another reason.
Then why do you value it?
Because see, like this is what we need to do. We need to debate this calmly in a calm fashion, and we can both like.
Tell me why you value the fetus. I just want to know what traits are present that you value that you think grants
It's
it the right to life.
genetic code. It's genetic code. It's going to be a human being walking in a certain amount of years. And it's 6 weeks, right? It has a heartbeat in a certain amount of time. It has pain perception. Like it's insane how you're just throwing this away and saying
Okay,
like.
so you're telling me that you grant the life.
Yourself. You're just
You're telling me that you grant because I don't even know your stance yet. How could I say anything myself if I don't even know your stance yet? Okay, so in other words, correct me if I'm wrong. You value the fetus because it will experience pain in the future and it will be an individual just like you and me in the future. Is that your stance?
My stance is that those are specific things I was saying. My stance is actually just
So
that
then what's your stance? Why do you value the life of the fetus?
because life begins when the sperm cell is fertilizing that egg, and so
Okay,
I'm saying
so you value the fetus because it's alive.
because it's human. Yes, it has a unique genetic identity.
So you value it because it's a human and alive.
Yes.
Okay, remember when you said no to that question?
Yeah, it's more just like I don't like being led on, and you're not answering my question.
Okay, so you do indeed, for the last time, you do indeed value the life of the fetus because it's human and alive, correct?
You have to unmute me.
You're unmuted. So,
okay.
Yes or no, the reason you attribute moral value to a human fetus from the moment of conception is because it is both human and alive, right?
Yes, it is entirely human and distinct. Its makeup.
Perfect. Yo, Karis, thank you for the $2 on Venmo, and Kenneth, thank you for the $2 on Venmo, and Addie, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. I appreciate you guys for the love. So, in other words, your principled position is, if an entity is both human and alive, then said entity has the right to life. The fetus or zygote would fall under this umbrella, thereby you granted the right to life. The issue with this principle is that it yields very unintuitive conclusions. The most obvious would be a brain-dead patient. A brain-dead patient is both human and alive, meaning under your worldview, they should be granted the right to life, deeming it as murder to unalive them, right? Unjustly.
Oh my gosh.
So now my question to you is it murder to pull the plug on a brain-dead patient?
So that was actually, that's funny. That was one of the things I was going to ask you.
Sunshine, thank you for the $2 on PayPal. Catherine, thank you for the $5
actually,
on Venmo.
All right, so so we're going to talk about, let's say your brother, right? Actually, maybe not your brother. It's a bad example, but anyone else is in.
To answer your question, I'm failing to answer. I will not answer your question.
Oof.
Because I asked you.
That explains why you have no idea what
principle.
You're talking about.
Okay.
You have no clue what you're talking about.
Okay, Finn, I'm going to answer your
brother's in the coma.
Okay, I'm going to answer your question just so I could demonstrate that I know what I'm talking about. No, I would not pull the plug of my brother's in a coma. Okay, the reason I find individuals in comas morally valuable is because I value a conjunct of traits, that being past, present, or future sentience. Right? For an individual that is in a coma, they've expressed past sentience and they will express future sentience, thereby meeting the conditions of my conjunct for moral value, aka the right to life. So now that I've demonstrated that I know what I'm talking about, and I just simply didn't want to answer your question because this is you once again pivoting as you have had this entire time, I will now relate back to the one question I asked of you. You told me that the reason a fetus is morally valuable is because it is human and alive. We then extrapolated it out to your logical principle, that being that you value all entities that are both human and alive. And I detailed to you how this would yield some absurd conclusions, such as the fact that brain dead patients would have the right to life. Now, please answer that question. Do you think it is murder to pull the plug on a brain dead patient, as it sufficiently justify your criteria for moral value, that being both human and alive?
Dean, I know you want to sound like you know it all, but you didn't even answer my question. You just said that your brother shows past and future sentience as a fetus shows future sentience. A fetus shows future sentience. You just said that a fetus shows the right to life. You realize that, right?
No, I didn't. You just don't understand what a conjunct is. In order to meet a conjunct, you have to meet multiple criteria of a conjunct. The conjunct would be past or present and future subjective experiences. Because the fetus lacks past or present subjective experience and only has future subjective experience, they do not satisfy the conditions of the conjunction. Thank you. Answer my question.
Okay. Now that you have avoided mine, I will answer your question.
Finn,
what is your question?
What part of your question did I avoid?
The fact that you would pull the plug because you wouldn't pull the plug because it shows future sentience as if
that wasn't
the same
the answer
thing.
to the question. The reason I told you I would not pull the plug on my brother in a coma is because they express past or present and future subjective experiences, thereby satisfying the conditions of my conjunction.
Okay. Do you have a week cutoff, by the way, for when you can't kill abort a fetus? Do you have that, like, in your?
Yes, about 20 to 24 weeks. Now, answer my question.
24 weeks. They can feel pain at 20 weeks.
That is not true. The medical
That is true.
on when a fetus would gain the
There is
ability
a
to feel.
baby from Alabama
Do not interrupt me. Do not
Wow.
interrupt me.
Pain stimuli.
That is not true.
Yes, pain stimuli is actually observed.
That is not true. The current medical consensus on when an entity can feel pain or actualize the experience of pain is at about 27 weeks. However, the ability to feel pain is obviously not morally relevant insofar as a determination of the right to life, because all non-humans, such as cows, pigs, etc., can feel pain, yet you do not grant them the right to life. It is also the case that there is humans that cannot feel pain because of certain medical conditions that you grant the right to life. What that tells us is that one's ability to feel pain is completely morally irrelevant in the equation on if you have the right to life or not. Now that I have entertained and answered to your third pivot, answer my question. Do you grant a brain-dead patient the right to life?
Yes.
So you think that there's currently a genocide occurring in America?
Interesting because
targeted and organized. Stop. 5, 4, 3. That's right. I don't let you cut me off. This is my show. Thank you. So I just want to make it clear. You're currently this is literally yes. My show. The Dean Withers show currently has 8,000 live viewers. Thank you. Anyways, don't interrupt me. I want you to demonstrate that you have something more than the maturity of my 6-year-old nephew.
Dean, I think
5, 4, 3, good boy. Going back to what I said. So you said that you do believe that brain dead patients have the right to life. My question to you is, because you think brain dead... Finn, what are you doing right now? Are you interrupting me right now?
No, I'm answering your question. I said
so you were interrupted. So when you interrupt someone, what that means is that you interject and cut them off prior to when their statement is finished, right? You interject and cut me off prior to when my statement was finished. Bro. I will indeed mute you when you interrupt me. That is a condition that must be satisfied and is obligatory if you are to be on my live. You've demonstrated that you lack self-control. You've demonstrated that my 6-year-old nephew playing Fortnite right now has more self-control. It is absolutely the case that in order to have or yield any productivity from our conversation, I must mute you. I don't want to do it. I'm going to give you one last chance. However, this one last chance comes with responsibility. If I give you one last chance to not be muted when I'm speaking and simply act your age, if you violate it and break that, I'm going to kick you. And the chat would be very happy. There's thousands of people telling me to do that right now. Am I understood, Finn?
Yep, you are definitely understood. I just want to say, I know the chat...
You do not get a chance to say anything because I will now continue to speak as I intended to before you interrupted me.
Well, how is this a fair debate if I can't say what I want to say? I
You
mean,
can say what you want to say.
you want.
You just can't say what you want to say when I'm in the middle of saying what I want to say. It's a two-way conversation. That's how it works.
Oh, definitely.
Anyways,
When you're done speaking,
okay.
I'll
So
stop.
starting in 3, 2, 1, if you interrupt me, I'm going to kick you. 3, 2, 1. You told me that brain dead patients have the right to life. What this would imply is that it's murder to pull the plug. Correct?
Yes, I agree because it's a human complete organism.
Okay, and if you think it's murder to pull the plug, do you currently think that there's a state-chartered and funded genocide not only in America, but many modern countries across the face of the planet, as it is the case, that we pull the plugs on hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of brain dead patients per year?
Well, I love that question, and it's really detailed. The issue is I don't understand it, but what I do understand is that the zygote isn't just a clump of cells as you.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move on. Not doing it. Come on. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it, man. Not doing it, man. Unreal. Unreal. Hey, what's going on? Pinhead Dan, welcome back, dude.
Hey, man. What's going on?
You voted for Trump, right?
Yeah, you remember? Yeah,
Joy,
yeah.
thank you for the $1 on Venmo for the Dean Withers show. Guys, make sure that we're double tapping away on that phone screen and sharing out that live. Mr. Pinhead Dan, you know, I actually remember something from the last time you were in the live here. You want to know what I remember?
Yeah, I know what you remember, and you're excited about it, huh? Yeah.
Why do you have a video on your TikTok of you literally oiling up?
Because I used to stream, and I would do shit like that. Why? Don't hate, man.
Why
You're
is it
hating.
still on your page? How
Because I
can I
haven't-
take you seriously when you do this shit?
Is this a? Do people have to meet certain requirements for you to take them seriously? Who
Yes,
cares, man?
definitely.
Why?
There is definitely a requirement of like not oiling up on cam and then doing a sexually suggestive face while you continue to rub the baby oil into your
face is
skin
sexually
while
suggestive. That's
also
the way you've
screaming.
interpreted it. That's the way you've interpreted it.
Yes, not doing this is definitely a requirement for being taken seriously.
I have no shirt on. You ever been to the beach before, Dean?
Yes, but I didn't rub oil into my skin on the beach while playing a sexually suggestive song and then recording it and posting it on TikTok.
Pony
for
is
all
a
to see.
banger. Everybody
If I
knows
did,
that
if
Pony
I
is a
did that at the beach, I would not expect you to take me seriously.
Pony's a banger, and everyone knows that. Anyways, was that what we're here? Is that why you brought me up? And if so, that's fine. I don't mind talking about it.
Actually, yeah, that is why I brought you up.
Good. I know. I cut like 70 people in the queue. I'm actually that's pretty impressive. Thanks, man. Is that it?
Actually, yeah, that is all. Bye. What's up? Did you vote for Trump?
100, baby.
All right, why'd you do that?
Because he's the best.
Kiana, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. I'm blaming you for my therapy. I'm sorry, Kiana. W's for Kiana in the chat. Okay, why is that? I think it's quite a bold and utterly ridiculous statement to say that a rapist felon is the best, but here we are. So
Well,
why do you
I
think
think
he
like
should be the best?
90% of people voted for him, right? Or no? Did they not? How many people did? Tell me.
9.9%.
49.9.
Which is
So
not 90%.
then how did he win? If 49.9 voted for him, how did he win? It should have been 52 at least.
No, because the Electoral College isn't predicated off of a majority of the popular vote.
But I thought he won the popular vote.
He did, which doesn't require a majority.
Wait, hold on, wait. So what do you mean? Please explain. 48?
So 49.9% of respondents to the popular vote in America in the 2024 election voted for Donald Trump. However, Donald Trump still won the popular vote due to the fact that the remainder of the 50.1% didn't all vote for Kamala Harris, but rather voted for Kamala Harris and other third parties.
But he won, correct?
Yes, Trump did win the 2020 election, including both the Electoral College.
Not 2021. No, I'm sorry. The year?
I said 2024.
No, you did not.
I did.
No, you did not. You said 2021.
Dan, go ahead and tell me why you think Trump's the best.
What do you mean? I'm asking you. You said 2021.
Dan, I apologize.
It's not what happened.
2021.
I didn't hear you said it.
Dan, if you do this, I'm going to kick you.
Why? Because I'm saying the truth?
No, you're being really rational and weird.
I'm being really rational. That's what I'm supposed to be.
Okay, Dan, I said 2024.
No, you didn't. You said 2021. Either way,
How about we just leave it in behind
check
us
it out.
because it
Check
doesn't
it out. He
fucking
won.
matter. And you
He
tell me
won.
why you
Everyone
think
voted
Trump's the
for him.
best.
So what the hell are you doing online all the time, talking about this stuff like he's the best, he's the worst, he's this, he's that? I don't understand. You lost already. You lost.
Okay.
You lost.
So I think the
Your
message
team lost. Correct
Dan,
or no?
No, correct. And I think the message that I'm trying to communicate with the live is it wasn't just Kamala Harris voters that lost, but it was America as a whole, including yourself, that lost. Right? The point of this live is
My
to
hair
communicate.
is terrible.
Okay, why?
She's terrible, and that's why she lost.
I'm asking you why she's terrible, Dan.
Because I'm sorry, 51% of the nation said she was terrible.
Okay.
Or
So
49.
your argument is whoever wins the election is the best, whoever loses the election is terrible. I have a question. Who's better for the presidency in 2020, Trump or Biden?
Trump.
Well, according to your logic, Trump was dog shit and Biden was the best because Biden
Oh
won
yeah,
and
and you
Trump
see
lost.
you saw the last 4 years, and that's why you got kicked out of your brother's house. You know what's up.
Okay. So
You
why
know
did I
what's
get
up,
kicked out of my
bro.
brother's house?
Because he was tired of your shit. Probably.
Okay. So I'll have you know that that's not an issue of politics, it's an issue of jealousy. It has nothing to do with what you believe in, and it
Your
has all
brother
to do
was
with how
jealous
jealous he
of
was
you,
of me.
sir?
Yeah, and that was the same sentiment.
Oh,
repeated
I'm
by
so
Republican
sorry. I'm
family
so
members
sorry.
that
I
are
think
probably just as pro-Trump as
you're
you are.
delusional. I think you and 3 of your buddies should get together and talk to each other and figure out.
Wait, one moment. Just shut the hell up, Dan. While I thank Jasmine for the $40 donation on Venmo. Jasmine says, I know I sent 30 earlier, but I appreciate your passion and the ability to stand these ignorant people. Lol, much love. I really appreciate that, Jasmine. Everybody, please show some love to Jasmine in that comment section. That is so incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much for the love, Jasmine. These guests are incredibly dense and awful today, all right, and I really appreciate your love. It just lets me know that there's people out there that still appreciate the effort, even though people like Dan have been antagonizing me, placing me in the 7th level of hell all day long. But thank you so much, Jasmine. Everybody show some love to Jasmine in that comment section at once. Now, Dan, I got to teach you how to mute yourself. I just already know if I don't, it's never going to happen. So watch the phone screen. Click on your profile picture. See that's, your ugly little face down there. Click on it. Just like I'm going to click on mine. And then once this second menu pops up right there, then I want you to click the icon of the mic. Once you click the icon of the mic, you'll be unmuted.
You'll be unmuted.
So that's what you got to do. In fact, I could even send you a request to unmute. See how I could send you a request? I sent you a request to unmute, Dan. So could you go ahead and accept that request? Wow. Dan's not that smart, guys. There it goes. Go ahead, Dan.
Hey, boogie woogie, man. Who cares? The junk is over. The jig is up. It's over.
Okay. So I have a question for you. Are you saying that who cares about these lives because the election is over? 7.4 thousand people just listened to you ask who cares.
Yeah. And?
That demonstrates who cares, Dan.
You lost. Your side lost.
The Democrats lost the election.
Get it straight. Get it straight. You lost.
Okay.
You know this.
So
I'm not. You know this. Do
so
you realize
my argument isn't that
your argument isn't valid? It's invalid because you lost.
So that's not true.
You've tried so hard to make this thing valid, and it's invalid.
Okay.
They lost.
So
they were terrible. They were terrible candidates. They were terrible, and they lost. You know what? They lost.
And Dan, I'm losing my patience now, so I'm just.
Why are you losing your patience? Because you lost already.
No, I'm losing my patience because the family dog inside the house has a higher IQ than you.
The family dog in the house has a higher. Look, there you go, trying to insult someone. But here's the thing.
It's not an insult if it's true, man. I've lost my patience a little bit because of that, right? Dog's name is Champ. Champ's smarter than you, okay? But now I will go ahead and demonstrate to you why what you're saying is wrong. So you're saying that Kamala Harris was a terrible presidential candidate, and I want you to listen to me closely. I'm going to be very slow with my words. I'm going to be very concise, and I'm going to be very clear. Hopefully that is the best way to communicate this message. Kamala Harris was a better president, or was a better pick for the presidency compared to Trump because she had better policy and she had better character. The reason she had better policy was it was built for the average American instead of the average million or billionaire, and it wasn't going to harm the average American like Trump will harm the average American with his tariffs. She also had better policy because she had better foreign relations with the countries that matter the most to us, while having a strong red line in the sand against countries that stand in biggest opposition to the good, such as Russia. It's also the case that she had better policy because she stood for the codification of federal protections for access to abortion, when overturning Roe v. Wade has left 60 rape victims per day being denied access to abortion. There's 3 reasons. Now, the reason she had better character was because she wasn't a rapist like Trump. She wasn't a felon like Trump. She wasn't a child sexualizer like Trump. She wasn't a womanizer like Trump. She wasn't a racist like Trump. And she wasn't a misogynist like Trump. And she wasn't a xenophobic like Trump. And she wasn't an attempted religious persecutor like Trump. Hopefully I've detailed that to you now how she wasn't terrible, but she was in fact better. We could all hear you saying nothing, and you willingly opted to mute your own mic there. Sounds like someone's a little gagged, Dan, don't you think? Corrine! Thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo, and Katie with the $5 as well. Thank you, Corrine and Katie. Thank you so much for the love. Dan, do I need to show you how to unmute the mic again, or do you think you got it figured out?
I'm not understanding why you gotta keep muting me.
Because you don't have enough impulse
I
control.
don't say what you want. You lost. Your team lost.
Dude, this guy's a bot. This guy's actually
You lost.
Why do you follow children?
What's a bot about? You lost.
Why do you follow kids?
The truth is you lost because you know what? I used to love you guys. I was a Democrat. I loved all you guys. You,
Dan,
Harry, and everybody.
why do you follow
I
kids?
loved you guys. And I followed you and I loved you guys. But y'all are fucking full of shit. You lost.
Dan, I'm asking you a question. Why do
I
you follow
followed
children?
you. I watched all your shit. I was a fan.
Dan,
I watched all of your stuff. You're a loser. You lost.
Dan, are you a pedophile?
What?
Why do you follow children? Why do you follow children?
Why do you have to fucking go into other people's things when you are the one that said the N-word and you got kicked out of your brother's house? Don't you come at me calling me a pedophile.
I will unfortunately
Do you have kids at all?
I will unfortunately reserve a response to those issues a different time because I want to talk about the fact that you follow children. You didn't deny it. In fact,
do you
got
have
caught
kids at
and
all,
pivoted.
sir? Do you have kids at all, sir?
I will not be talking about any children of mine to you. Okay.
Do you have kids at all, sir?
Did you notice that I refuse to tell the pedophile if I have kids? I'll do it again. So, why are you a P3DO? Why do you follow children? Because now that we've understood that you do follow children, now the question is, why do you follow children? Eliza!
You came to attack me?
Shut up. Eliza with $100 on Venmo. Let's go, Eliza. Thank you so much. Holy cow. That is incredibly kind of you. Eliza says, I give childbirth full natural twice, and the guest is more painful. That's funny. Yes. Thank you for the $100. What are you saying?
Love you, Grandma.
Yeah, sorry. Unless your grandma's under 18, I doubt you love him that much. Christia, thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo as well. Oh my God. Christia and Eliza with $100 and their $50. Christia says, Happy New Year, Dean. Keep up the great work. Kick is Stu. I don't even want to finish that word because TikTok doesn't like it. ASS. I do really appreciate you for the love, Christia and Eliza. I want to see nothing but W's for Christia and Eliza in that chat.
Grandma! Grandma!
Dan, are you sentient?
Grandma! I love you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandma.
What is that statement in reference to? Or is it not in reference to anything and like you're just not sentient?
Don't you live with your grandma now?
I do, and I do love her a lot.
All right, grandma. She did a great job. But why are you disrespecting your grandma and all the stuff that she's done and she's been through? I don't understand you, bro.
I'm disrespecting my grandma by asking you why you follow children, which, by the way, you're either going to answer that question or get kicked.
Oh, yeah, I follow children because I love children and I'm a pedophile. Are you done?
Fucking weird. Jesus Christ. Sick. Sick.
Why do you like Donald Trump?
Sick. Moving on. Everybody just give us a minute to get our next guest up in the live. I need to calm down a little bit after that one. If you are watching the stream, guys, make sure that you're double tapping away on that phone screen. All right, we have 7.6 thousand people in here. No reason why we can't get up to about 2 million likes in the next 5 minutes. Easy. If we all hyperfixate on that, we'll be there in no time. As well as Christine. Thank you for the $20 on PayPal saying love the lives. Thank you for the love, Christine. I want to see at least 200 W's in the chat for Christine. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means the world. Hello. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, how old are you?
28.
28. All right, awesome, man. So why did you decide to vote for the Orange Menace?
Just before I continue, I think I want to clarify something that just happened with the last guest. And he said that you said 2021. You thought you said 2024, but you really said 2021. I heard it.
I don't care. Why did you vote for Trump?
Well, the reason I'm saying this and the reason I care is because you already got schooled on this by Andrew, who made you aware that if you're going to be a good debater, you need to be very clear with your terms. And I know you had to run away because you weren't getting your.
I schooled Andrew.
Why'd you rage quit and leave?
Yeah, because I asked